ever be?
But you don't have a game like that without the guys around you. You know, so I give a lot of credit to them. Give a lot of credit to the collective of everyone hanging in there and enduring the game. And you know, it's team football in the end, and so just happy to come out here and figure out a way to win a football game. That's a really good team, a really good defense. And it was a challenge. They presented a ton of challenges towards us, but we were able to endure and find a way to win, and I'm very thankful of that. Well, I kind of spoke towards the beginning of the week when we had the time to catch up and kind of wanted to establish ourselves in the run game, establish ourselves in that fashion, and ultimately, you know, like Coach Sirianni said, this is what we felt was the best thing to do this week, and so we're happy to walk out of here with a victory, given the formula we had, and you know, obviously I have some things that we need to clean up and can be better on, but I won't be able to kind of dive into that until I watch the tape. Yeah, he had a lot of confidence in that look, had a lot of confidence in that, and he was chirping about it, and it ended up getting called. I'd say a great field by him, great execution from the guys up front, and then great call by KP to get to it. Yeah, a great call, great time in the game. A lot of those third and longs went a whole bunch of different ways, but I knew coming into this game we had to make some plays on third down. And there were a lot of times where they made plays. We just ended up making the plays when we needed to. And so, hell of a catch and way to execute in the heat of the moment by AJ, and even on some of those other third downs too. Catching that one on the sideline. I think there were two on the sideline, if I recall. They were really big in the game, but it was a collective, you know, and I think we still ironing things out. We still are going to be critical of ourselves, but it's good to be critical when we're winning and finding a way to win. And so that's always the number one goal. Great effort by everyone today.
What's the half after that first drive? What did you guys talk about at the half to maybe get things going?
I had to really watch the film to see, kind of assess that honestly. I think it was just a collaboration on the sideline. And it's I know, Jeff, you kind of inquired on having a look in your eyes, but it's just a matter of trying to find ways to get it done. It's not a time to hope. It's not a time to want or wish something can happen. It's the time to make it happen, and I think that was a collective thing by everybody. Can't bypass what the defense did either. It was so cool to see Jalix make that play given the opportunity he had last week, and us to talk about that as a team, coach to coach it, you know, detail it out and put him in positions in practice to make that play, and then he makes that play. And so there's no coincidence in that. And so I give a lot of credit to Coach Sirianni in that. Coach Sirianni did a hell of a job preparing us in that way, and give a lot of credit to Jalix and the rest of, you know, my teammates of just showing up when the opportunities presented themselves.
Is that a point of emphasis during the week, and how important was it to get those guys done?
Can you say that again?
You threw for over 300 passing yards just to the wide receivers alone in this game. It's the second most ever in his career. Was that a point of emphasis this week? And what did it mean to the receivers go?
Yeah, I didn't really, if I can be honest, I really didn't want to say directly what we were going to do when y'all asked me earlier in the week, because I'm just not that type of competitor to put that out there. But, you know, the thing was to come in and establish the run. That's what we wanted to come in and do, and the game just flowed the way it did, and we were able to be efficient in the pass game. KP was very timely, and I think we were able to doctor up some things on the sideline and work through some things, but those guys made big-time plays. Smitty had a hell of a day. Tough. Size ain't nothing to him, you know, the way he plays. So it's good to see. It's good to see, and you know, I think I said this on the field to Pam, but it ain't about, you know, identity is important, don't get me wrong. That is very important to have an identity and be able to establish an identity. But for a long time now, we've found ways to win games. We found ways to win games in a ton of different ways. And then I think when you say we found ways to lose games, we've lost games kind of in the same way. So being critical of ourselves and knowing that the identity is important, but as this thing goes along, it's about winning.
You speak to your patience on those plays, letting things develop down the field while you had all day with the O-line protection.
Yeah, well, they did a hell of a job all day. Brett came in and, he accepted that challenge, and that was, as a quarterback, that made my day. Landon coming in and playing as tough as he always does, and just those guys coming in, Fred coming in, playing the way he did. I think a level of patience comes from just knowing that it's a chess match out there, and sometimes when you're playing a quarterback position, you're playing a different game than everyone else. So it's just kind of letting it go and taking advantage of the opportunity when it presents itself. You always want to be in aggressive mode and be in attack mode, but Coach Brian Flores he's a hell of a defensive coordinator. He's a hell of a coach. He has his guys in positions to make plays, and you see that all throughout the tape. And I think we were just able to execute at a high level today and make some key plays and some key moments. And that's what I can think of after this. Well, we got more games to play, so I really don't want to walk through it.
On Wednesday, you said in tough times you smile and accept the challenge. Was there circumstances this week that led to this type of performance for you?
Yeah, I think just the feeling of losing. Simple as that. I know there's a clip where to confirm, I said that we're not losers anymore. Because that's coming off the field, because that's all I could think about. That's all I could think about throughout these last 2 weeks. Having opportunities to finish the game, to finish the fourth quarter. I really think this is the first time we've finished the fourth quarter and then finished in the second half. And so those things come up, and that's important in this game. And so I think definitely there was some fire there, but within that fire, you have to be the calm and focus on executing your job, and that's all I was reiterating to the guys out there. It's bigger than just myself, and the way it looks. Oh. So when you win, everybody wants to call you. Sorry about that, but yeah, it was a team effort, defensively, and then offensively with the guys that stepped up and I showed up in those moments. You're just trying to find a way to win the game. One thing I was taught long ago at the University of Alabama from Coach Saban is not to look at the scoreboard. And so you want to play the game that way. And that it's a crucial moment in the game. But you just go execute. Hear the call, have a singular focus on each play, and give that play what it demands. It's just great focus. And so as a unit, it was awesome. It was awesome, and we just have to have that level of consistency to be able to be what we desire to be. But it's not about just one person having supreme focus. It's about everybody having that same level of focus to go out there and execute. And we were able to do that, and we were able to find a win. Every team is different. Every team is different. It's just a matter of execution. I think we definitely have to leverage ourselves in the run game and take advantage of some of those things and execute to the best of our abilities, and it's not something for. Saquon is the best, and I don't want him to, feel like he's carrying that by himself. It is a group effort. It's everyone is involved in that. Everyone has to look inward and say, well, how can we help get something going the way it needs to go? And offensively, as a unit, as a team, we don't. It doesn't matter how it looks. In hindsight, it's about finding ways to win games. But we want to make sure all areas of our yard are green and in a good place. I felt like we had some opportunities over the past few weeks. To capitalize on some of those, and it was a point of emphasis. Think back to the Denver game, kind of having some extended time in the pocket, and just finding ways to be aggressive to go this route, or making sure we're having different levels in the scramble game. Ultimately, the defense they played, it kind of was challenging to try and get some of those things, give them what we call to get it out on rhythm. And they were very disruptive up front, and it kind of got out the pocket. And AJ made a couple good plays. I think he caught both of them, huh? Yeah, he made some big time plays. Had one close last week versus the Giants that we were an inch away from getting. But we made the plays that we needed to make to win the game, and that's all that matters.